presentation, someone new to the scene, and someone who brings with her a most capable manager. So we believe that she has been vouched for. Absolutely. She is ready to begin. As always, new people introduce themselves and say what they like, and then they let her roll. So here she is, brand new to Best Boston.
Martinez, EOM, I sign in my work, my writing. And this is my first night here, and I'll just read a few of my poems, just a mixture. Some of them are just from a collection I've had of poems that I've written for a couple of years now, as far back as I can remember, high school. Anyway. The first poem that I have here, I wrote it to the Japanese people of now. In 1985, that was the 40th anniversary of the end of World War II, both in Europe and the Pacific. And I was doing research stuff in high school for that, and I thought I'd write something on it, because I see today, even though there's this thing about the economies of competition between the U.S. and Japan, at least we're not fighting each other. At least we're throwing price tags at each other instead of bombs and Pearl Harbor attacks and things like that. So, to the Japanese people of now. Under a sky of blue, we smile. On an earth of green, we greet. Over an ocean of dark turquoise, we wave. And in our eagerness, material economics, we trade. But looking more closely at our situation, in between there is only a river, and on its banks are each different things. And then there are patterns and colors, sounds and sights that do not match. Despite such facts, the river is golden blue. The banks are daylight gray, and on the trees doves huddle together, forming large flowers. And as water and fire tolerate, the liquid and solid unite. Color and dullness give space to each other. Just as well, we do the same. We tolerate what differences, unite in some or against other things, and space ourselves across our neighbor Pacific. And best of all, the worst trash was thrown in the wastebasket. And on the banks of that river, we sit on one side, I leaning on your arm, and you putting your head on my shoulder. The next one is part of a book that I just finished writing, but I haven't gotten it published out yet. And it's a collection of poems on Soviet-American relations. And I wrote this, I call it a mirror contrast. I wrote it for Freedom Sunday, when many people were protesting for human rights in the Soviet Union before Secretary General Gorbachev came to Washington to meet with Reagan. A mirror contrast can be seen, and at close times, it's possible to notice if one is keen. We have protests and vented views. Hours before the summit begins with the cue. Reporters catch the speeches and songs of people expressing their wish to see those separated for so long. Voices and banners held up high, and strongly so, of a chanted message to the visiting General Secretary, let our people go. While during the time there is such a manifestation in Moscow, as was told us through TV and other forms, that information reporters sow. As voices and banners are done the same, guardsmen bite and scratch, tear and catch. Signs torn and reporters pushed from their observing patch. Is this glasnost that was thought to be known? Why aren't they allowed to sing, let our people go? Oh, beautiful on that winter day as seen on TV. The mass gathering of many in Washington, D.C. All with the desire for the people a dream that they want to see. Together they raised awareness to this country, world, and some towards their home. They said in unity, let it be so, let our people go. It is possible, can't you see? And do continue smiling at me. That you can let those that wish to go free and not really risk big problems for your country. For here, the government does such that concerns travel. You can leave its borders in flight, sea, or over gravel. And we have not suffered a deadly drain concerning the contributions of some special grain. For that is what keeps both our nations and alliances apart. The ideologies and how we take them to heart. How we spread them among our population, from classrooms and meeting stations. And the way that it is done ruffles each of our views. This we express through from warnings about one another to even the evening news. Now a mirror contrast was seen during those hours, one of expression, the other that was sour, and wishing for peace between our powers. That special chant still clearly echoes so, for it to be done to let our people go. And there's one more I'd like to do, and it's a short one. And I don't know, it just occurred to me, I just wrote it one day when I was looking out the window. To look out a window, what a pleasure to know, and this without getting your head blown. To see the different faces of the changing seasons, and for this there are special reasons. With a sense and eye, the bright pricking shades of winter, the fawn green of spring, deep green sun-caught of summer, and the touchable flames of fall. To look out a window, what a pleasure to know. Only for just reason, this is forever a right, and answering to a beckoning call.